Good morning, everyone. Thanks for being here. I'm Ann Beidler, and I'm a studio artist and also a professor in studio here at Agnes Scott. So I'm going to be reading two poems that have very much influenced my work as an artist and my thinking through the years. One of the poems, incidentally, is found in this marvelous anthology by Carolyn Forche, Against Forgetting. She was one of our writing festival writers many years ago. And so this first poem is by the Italian poet, Holocaust survivor, Primo Levi, and it was written in January of 1946. Shema, you who live secure in your warm houses, who return at evening to find hot food and friendly faces, consider whether this is a man who labors in the mud, who knows no peace, who fights for a crust of bread, who dies at a yes or a no. Consider whether this is a woman without hair or name, with no more strength to remember, eyes empty and womb cold as a frog in winter. Consider that this has been. I commend these words to you. Engrave them on your hearts when you are in your house, when you walk on your way, when you go to bed, when you rise. Repeat them to your children. Or may your house crumble, disease render you powerless, your offspring avert their faces from you. And then this next poem is by W.S. Merwin, who I'm sure you all know. And the poem is A Message to Po Chui, and he is reflecting back on a poet, Po Chui, who was a Tang Dynasty poet. People have been looking at this poem and thinking about it and actually found the poem by Po Chui, the poet that Merwin is responding to. So it's interesting. This poem was first published in the New Yorker in March 2010. A Message to Po Chui. In that 10th winter of your exile, the cold never letting go of you, and your hunger aching inside you day and night, while you heard the voices out of starving mouths around you, old ones and infants and animals, those curtains of bones swaying on stilts, and you heard the faint cries of birds searching in the frozen mud for something to swallow, and you watched the migrants trapped in the cold, the great geese growing weaker by the day until their wings could barely lift them above the ground, so that a gang of boys could catch one in a net and drag him to market to be cooked. And it was then that you saw him in his own exile, and you paid for him and kept him until he could fly again, and you let him go. But then where could he go in the world of your time, with its wars everywhere, and the soldiers hungry, the fires lit, the knives out 1,200 years ago? I've been wanting to let you know that the goose is well. He is here with me. You would recognize the old migrant. He has been with me for a long time and is no hurry to leave here. The wars are bigger now than ever. Greed has reached numbers that you would not believe. And I will not tell you what is done to geese before they kill them. Now we are melting the very poles of the earth, but I have never known where he would go after he leaves me.